Alright, so I am live in Yelewata in Benue State, where the attack took place yesterday that claimed the lives of over 200 persons, the herdsmen attack. Now, what my eyes have seen, my mouth cannot speak unless you will see it by yourself. So please follow me with the camera. Now, if you notice something, you can see the smoke still coming out because everywhere was burnt. Please take the camera around. Now, let me show you this thing. Please. This video is very sensitive, so it might be very disturbing for you, so a warning is on the video. Thank you.
When over 200 innocent lives were lost in a horrific attack in Benue State, angry youths took to the streets, blocking major roads and demanding justice. But when police responded with tear gas instead of compassion, one man's arrival changed everything. VeryDarkMan didn't just join the protest, he transformed it. What he did next shows why sometimes the most powerful activism comes not from shouting the loudest, but from thinking the smartest. Welcome to RNN TV, where we bring you the most important stories shaping Nigeria today. I'm bringing you breaking coverage of a story that shows how strategic thinking can turn anger into action, and how one voice can make the difference between chaos and change. If you want to stay informed about the stories that matter most to Nigeria, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The tragedy began in Yelewata, a community in Benue State that has seen too much bloodshed. In a devastating attack that shocked the nation, over 200 residents were killed in what authorities described as another herder-farmer conflict. But for the people of Benue, this wasn't just statistics, these were their neighbors, their family members, their friends. By Sunday morning, the pain had turned to rage. Angry youth stormed the Wuricum roundabout in Makurdi, one of the most strategic locations in Nigeria's transportation network. This isn't just any intersection, it's the vital link between Nigeria's north and south. When they blocked this roundabout, they weren't just making noise, they were sending a message that could be felt across the entire country. The scene was tense. Commuters were stranded, traffic came to a complete halt, and the economic impact was immediate. The Benue state government tried to intervene. The deputy governor came, police commanders arrived, but the youths were beyond listening to the same promises they'd heard before. Their message was clear, no more empty words while their people died. Then came the police response that made everything worse. Instead of understanding the pain behind the protest, officers fired tear gas at grieving young people. Picture this, youths mourning the loss of 200 of their people, demanding protection from their government, and getting tear gas in return. The situation was spiraling towards something much worse. That's when VeryDarkMan arrived in Makurdi. Now, Vincent Otts, known as VeryDarkMan, isn't your typical activist. He's built his reputation on social media by calling out injustice wherever he sees it, but he's also known for strategic thinking. When he stepped into this volatile situation, he didn't come with more anger, he came with a plan. In his livestream video that's now trending across social media platforms, VeryDarkMan condemned the police response, calling it insensitive and unjust. But more importantly, he addressed the protesters directly with a strategy that changed everything.
Silence as the graveyard. Thank you very much. First of all, this is my first time in Benue State. Thank you. This is the killing that happened in the other local government that brought me.
Yes.
I swear to God who made me, I didn't know they were protesting. I swear that on my mother.
That's a coincidence.
I only went there to make the video to publish. Why? It's because I have noticed that our media in Nigeria, they don't longer...
He urged them toward peaceful protest, not because their anger wasn't justified, but because strategic action would be more effective than emotional reaction. Here's what made VeryDarkMan's intervention so powerful. He validated their pain while redirecting their energy. He didn't tell them to go home and accept injustice. Instead, he helped them understand that blocking roads indefinitely would only give authorities an excuse to use more force against them, potentially leading to more bloodshed. The goal wasn't to stop the protest, it was to make it more effective. VeryDarkMan's strategy was brilliant in its simplicity. He called directly on President Bola Tinubu to take action, using his massive social media platform to amplify the Benue crisis to a national audience. Instead of just local disruption, he was pushing for national accountability. This wasn't just about making noise in Makurdi, this was about forcing the highest levels of government to respond. What happened next proved the power of strategic activism. The youths, who had rejected appeals from the deputy governor and police commanders, listened to VeryDarkMan. They agreed to end the road blockade, but not because they were giving up, because they had found a more effective way to fight for justice. The impact was immediate. VeryDarkMan's videos went viral, bringing national and international attention to the Benue killings. The story moved from a local protest to a national conversation about security, governance, and the government's responsibility to protect its citizens. But there's something deeper here about the power of strategic thinking in activism. VeryDarkMan understood that sustainable change requires more than just emotional release. It requires smart tactics, clear objectives, and the ability to build broader coalitions for change. VeryDarkMan's intervention in Benue shows us something crucial about effective activism in the digital age. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't to add more fuel to the fire, but to help channel that fire into something that can actually create change. By transforming a local road blockade into a national conversation, he showed how strategic thinking can amplify the impact of legitimate grievances. The Benue crisis isn't over, the underlying security challenges remain. But VeryDarkMan's approach offers a model for how activists can be both passionate and strategic, both angry and effective. In a time when emotions run high and trust in institutions runs low, we need voices that can bridge the gap between justified anger and constructive action. What do you think about VeryDarkMan's strategy? Was this the right approach to the Benue crisis? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to RNN TV for more coverage of the stories shaping Nigeria. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, sometimes the most powerful protest is the one that changes minds, not just blocks roads.